Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Division 1 simTC race in the 2021.1 championship. I'll be your gracious host tonight. It's me, Sas van der Westhuizen, and I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Alan Patterson. Alan, how are you?
Hey Sas, how are you, buddy? Good to be here, and great to be back in the booth for another awesome stream of our British Touring Car Series tonight.
Yes, very much looking forward to this. There's been loads of laps done. I didn't have a look at all of it, but I've seen some people pushing almost 200 laps during the weekend when we had our HLQ servers running. And I'm sure that tonight's going to be an interesting race. Just to get some of the formalities out of the way quickly. Tonight we're on the Silverstone International layout. So from what you can see on the track map on screen, the loop isn't the place where you turn away and then go to what's that? The straight right after. I want to say Washington, but that's not the right one right now. Anyway, you turn straight. You basically go straight over the loop and then go into the hangar straight. That significantly shortens the lap, seeing lap times of about 1 minute, 5, 6, 7 seconds from the guys running. So rest of the track is pretty much standard, just this slightly shortened version. Then in terms of track weather, it's a bit of a wet one tonight, and it's quite cold. Base ambient temperature there of about 11 degrees Celsius. I think the server was dipping into like 8 degrees every once in a while. And while Assetto Corsa does not support rain yet, we have this constant rain modifier. It's not quite showing up on my stream tonight, unfortunately. I have to double check what my settings are there. And it's gonna be a nice and cool one. I think the nice grip is the coolness is providing some nice grip for the guys driving about.
100%, Sas. To be honest, when I did coverage on the Kyalami race with a similar weather pattern, I didn't see the drops like the drivers were in their car either. But Ryan did confirm that it was right and everything was correctly set. So I think this is it. The idea is that it's winter over there and it's supposed to be wet and cold, but our image and what we're seeing looks to be perfect.
Yeah,
sorry, so just to go back to the your comments on the hot lap qualifiers, I'm just double checking and I can tell you it seems that the man who was certainly out there to prove a point was none other than Wimpy de Beer, who races, as far as I know, with Leach Racing, and he topped the charts with 439 laps.
That is a respectable amount of laps. Hopefully some of those laps was driving next to somebody. Although Silverstone is a nice and wide track, so I'm not expecting too much bumping. Maybe a bit of rubbing. The chicane just before the main straight might also be a bit of a bottleneck, but it's a wide track. There is a lot of space for everybody to move about.
Yep, definitely. And okay, so as usual, Welcome to a whole bunch of people on the YouTube channel already. Rob van der Heever, who made a special point of being first and said this is going to be the only time he's going to be first in the simTC series. Welcome, Rob. And then a whole lot of other people. Hacksaw Computer Services. Dirk Brunt is there. Hello, Dirk. How's it, buddy?
I'm also
down.
I'm seeing Mr. Jason Holden Jones there, James Crook, and Melvin Ghost as well. Oh, and Endrin Govender. Welcome, everybody.
Endrin's there. How's it, Endrin? And Melvin Ghost shouting for Mr. Wilkin and the Team Alpha cars. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting evening. Fast track. This is not as much a technical track as we've had already at Croft and some of the other ones. We're looking for more smooth, high-speed kind of lapping. And at the moment, with just under 10 minutes to go, it's Skywalker out in the lead for Grumpy Monkey. No, he doesn't race for Grumpy Monkey. Ryan Skywalker is... I don't know who he is, actually. But out in car 100, the new livery he was struggling with, a black with lime green highlights. And he's currently on a 106.1, which is super, super fast. Nick Hodgson, also in a BMW, our resident alien. He hasn't recorded a quick lap time for us, so we don't have any coverage of that. He is flashing at us as we see him come down the straight. Hello, Nick, and good luck, Nick.
That was good timing of the flashing there as I switched to the stream there.
Yeah, he's listening, so that was a good thing. Did you hear me start chuckling at you in your opening sequence? Somebody went past us in the pits and they were hooting.
Oh no, I didn't actually hear that.
So these cars have these funky little hooters. So I don't know if there's a couple of drivers that want to test them and hit them. I've got a feeling it might have been Robert Klopstra.
If I remember correctly, that horn is in the Audi, but I can't exactly remember if that was the case or if it was present in all of the cars.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Initial testing of the car, that was quite the fun time, just driving around and then realizing, oh wait, there is this funny thing. Ooh, I just witnessed Nick being rear-ended on stream. Not sure what happened there. He exited the pits and then probably drove over the racing line, not noticing somebody is coming.
Did you get the replay?
I can quickly grab the replay, but it was an in-cockpit view.
Oh, okay. Well, he is sitting in the pits, currently still second place. Charles Wilkin, very stable, up into third. First, second, third are all under 106.5s. Red Crowcump in fourth, also for Grumpy Monkey. 106.6. James Leach 106.6 and Kieran Patterson 106.7 with Ross Bartle, who's sandbagging at 106.7. Robert Klopstra 106.7. There is 4 cars within, I don't know, about 1,000th of a second there.
I just caught the back end of that collision. It seems like the replay didn't quite catch what I wanted to see.
No problem.
Anyway, let me just get my list back up so that I can switch easily.
All good. Hello to Johan van der Merwe. He's also on the YouTube channel shouting for Kieran and Team PWSR.
Wesley Ferrand manages to improve by 0.3, pushing him to 13th position, and I see Ross Bartle jumping up to second there.
Oh, there he goes. He heard me. He's still sandbagging.
Wimpy de Beer currently in 18th position. He's up 0.3 on his delta. Gonna stick with him to see what's going to happen in this scenario.
All good. I am just investigating other important news facts for everybody.
And Wimpy de Beer manages to push up to 15th position. That was quite the lap that he got in.
107 dead. Good lap. Right, so officially we do not have any Hondas in the Division 1 race this evening. So 5 cars out of the 6 are here. Predominant car is the Alfa Romeo. I count at least 10. And then there are 4 BMWs. There are 2 Fords, 2 Audis, and about 4 Toyotas.
Yeah, it's been quite the discussion.
That it has.
How some of these cars compare to one another. Just watch Matthew Boy lose it going into the hangar straight there. And I'm on board now with Mr. James Leach. He's right on the bubble there in 7th position.
James Leach, principal of OC Breweries. I think there's a slight update to their liveries this week. The entire team's got an update done. James is in the pinkish highlighted car.
Pink purple.
Pink purple, yeah.
And I must say I'm really impressed with this livery this week. It's looking pretty crisp and sharp. Definitely 100. Easy to spot from afar.
Yep. Wimpy de Beer in the blue version, also for Team OC Racing. And there is another one, but the other one is also purple. So we've got to define the difference between. It's James Leach. Did Renier make it? Oh, it is Renier. Renier's in the green one. So there are 4 OC Breweries cars here tonight. Wimpy being the other one, I think.
I was riding on board with Wimpy now. He was right on the bubble, and then in the chicane lost about a 10th. You said Renier Leach is in the green one.
Yeah.
Got a nice helicopter view of him going, I think it's into village right now.
Okay.
Or
just
that was...
checking this.
No, that's the end of the lap. 3 minutes to go, and we have Mr. Ryan Skywalker up in first, Ross Bartle in second, Nick Hodgson in third position, Kieran Patterson in fourth, Charles Wilkin in fifth, Brett Crocump in sixth position, James Leach in seventh, Mr. Is it Robert Klopstra in eighth, and Renier Leach in ninth, and Peter Geldenhuis in 10th position.
Yeah.
So that's a yes.
I can add to that, it's also Waldo Swiggers. He's also in a pink purpley. So there are 5 OC Breweries drivers in Division 1.
Mr. Blake Kruger down in 21st position. He's up 0.15 on his delta. Oh, manages to gain big time there going through Stowe.
Oh, yeah, he's up 2 tenths here. I do like this color scheme. The orange is a very bright Marlboro orange. The color, it pops. It's a lovely color scheme. Oh, he's up half a second. Okay, it's dropped a little bit, but this is going to improve him for sure.
I'm not sure if it's going to improve. No.
Wow, didn't 107.5. He stays where he is.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight these times. What was the spread across Div 1? Because tonight our spread is less than 2 seconds.
Okay, so stand by. We went from a 105.8 to a 107.3. So 1.5 seconds for 22 cars.
That's very decent.
Yeah, it's going to be tight here tonight. Melvin Khoos on the YouTube shouting for Waldo, Blake, down the brandy and put foot. Hello to Yassine Manuel. How's it, Yassine? Good to see you here, buddy.
It's starting to look like Ryan Skywalker might be... he's relatively comfortable. I see Nick Hodgson going out of the pits just now, so he's probably going for a last lap.
Ross Bartle's up by fractions at the moment. See if he can carry this round. It's not a big, but it is a 10th up. Comes down to the last complex, the left-right chicane, before he goes on to the start-finish straight. With just on 30 seconds left, Sus. We're almost out of time here.
That's almost out of time. That will give Ross that one last lap to try and improve. It does look like he's going to improve, but that's not enough to go past Nick.
Yep. So he stays third at the moment. Kieran Patterson now neatly up into fourth. He does a 106.4. I know for a fact that's one of his quickest times. Him and Shoal Wilkin 1,000th by the looks of it apart.
And Ross Bartle just disconnected.
Yeah, well, I also saw that. He had a little bit of a ping and he just drove off into the sunset. So
I was actually following that live as it was happening.
So was I. There's Mr. Ryan Hill on the YouTubes and Tommy Leary Moss, good evening, and Sage Hardiman shouting for Brett and Ross.
Lovely shot here on the Hanger Straight. I'm with Rainier Leach. Tons of cars bombing it down the Hanger Straight there. Looks awesome. The liveries look awesome. I see Devin in the eBay BMW calling it quits right up at the beginning of the Hanger Straight, so he's packed it in. And we're into overtime, so we're going to see if anybody manages to get a last lap in. Hopefully Ross can get back on the server. He has in fact disconnected. I think he just got back, yes?
Yep, he's just reconnected. Welcome back. Rainier Leach is up. No, he's not. Matthew Boy. No, his lap's done. That's it, they're done.
That's it.
Skywalker holds on to pole.
Well done to Skywalker. Let's go for a quick ad break and we'll be back soon. Okay, and we're back. All of the cars have lined up. I need to quickly switch my camera back to whoever is maybe in third, fourth position. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good looking field here. I'm looking from the flagman timing tower down at the entire grid. Go another camera, Sass. TV camera.
TV camera. Up. There we go.
Yeah. So you can see Skywalker's car, then you can see the two Grumpy Monkey
Seeing
BMs.
Lights flashing, Oaks are getting ready, nerves are starting to set in, almost
10
have
seconds.
lights.
Here we go. Enjoy everyone.
All red. And they drop the clutch and away they go.
We're off, we're off, we're off.
Ooh, Nick getting a flying start, and so does Ross Bartle. I think Ryan Skywalker maybe bogged down a bit there at the start. So
he's
many battles.
On. He's in third, and they're all compiling into the sharp right. This is the first of the serious be careful corners, and it looks like everyone's going through. There's a little bit of everyone's good.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's good. Ross Bartle sitting nice and comfortable in third position there.
Wow, watching the whole field go down Hanger Straight. That's impressive. Okay, we've had a few changes, but the entire 21 cars have got round and they're on their way.
That is good news. We are still coming up to that chicane. That first chicane I'm expecting to be a bit of a bottleneck. All of the cars bunching up a bit, maybe going side by side. And I see Ross Bartle trying to make the move on Ryan Skywalker. They're two abreast there. Can Ross keep this momentum going? Who's that? Devin Lesher right on their tail.
Skywalker's not holding back and goes around the outside, maintains his position. Ross has fallen in behind him. So as we come into the first sharp right-hander, this is a very important corner to carry momentum through. Nick making a jump out there. He's already got a second on Skywalker.
I'm sure Nick is going to be doing his best to try and drop them, have them battle, and secure that first position.
I agree. He's going to head for the hills as quickly as he can.
Although I do think Ryan is not going to let up. He has brought that second lead down to 8/10 now.
I've got to say, I'm super impressed. Young Kieran is up there with the Ford, but he's now having a moment with Shoal Wilkin, who's thrown the Alpha down the inside, and they give each other room.
I think I just caught the back end of that.
Good.
Up front, Devon Lesher is right on the tail of Ross Bartle now. I think Bartle has fallen back from Ryan Skywalker a bit.
In fact, he has. Wonder if Ross is maybe having connection issues or hardware issues again, because something like this happened again at Croft, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to deal with as a sim racer, but you do have some hardware failures every once in a while.
I am now in the chase camera with Skywalker, and I tell you what, he's got a run on Nick down the Hangar Straight.
Oh yes, he is right on his tail there.
Oh, there's no space here. He's half on the grass and he's gone down the inside. Nick left him nothing and he took it.
I wonder if that registered a cut for him. I'm sure that must have registered a cut. So
that's going to be interesting to see. It's a good point, Sus.
I would say I don't think Silverstone is a track where you really can cut a lot unless you're trying to really see how much you can cut after that after the chicane.
That was super aggressive though from Skywalker. He drove back a 1 second deficit to Nick and he's passed him.
Yeah, this Alpha seems to be on fire tonight. Although it's going to be interesting to see how Nick can keep his BMW together, because I remember them saying the tires go off a bit towards the end of the race.
Well, we'll see. If you look from further back, like from Kieran or from Shoal Wilkin looking forward, there's a train of cars. First, second, third, and fourth. They're all within.
Yeah, no,
1.5
it's
seconds.
an absolute train. I'm watching down the Hangar Straight, and I'm just seeing almost the entire field on the Hangar Straight there.
Yep.
So in 6th and 7th, you said Rainier Leach is right on the tail of Kieran.
Yep. And just behind him, James Leach. So the brothers have a good race in this. There's no love lost here. These guys are, I'm sure they're family, and family comes first. But when the lights go green, it's gloves off.
I'm definitely sure that's the case. Especially looking at that, they're in different teams, so they're not necessarily required to work together in this case.
Okay, yeah, good point. Well, at the moment, Rainier's showing James a clean pair of heels here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Looking further back, we've got Wesley Ferrant in 12th. He has just gone past Robert Klopstra.
I see Peter Geldener is falling back, as well as Cornei Kotza.
Oh dear, they must have had some issues somewhere. So Wesley being the quickest Audi on the track at the moment. And Robert Klopstra in the Toyota. Matthew Boy also struggling down in 15th place in his Alpha.
I am seeing Brent Lindsay Ray is right on the back of Robert Klopstra there, so looking forward to possibly a bit of a battle there to unfold.
Yep. So Brent and Wesley Ferrant driving for Odin Racing. Again, I'm not sure if they're matching teammates or not, but...
trying to have a close look at the cars and not seeing differing wing mirrors or something like that to distinguish. Might have to have a word with Ryan to make our lives a bit easier.
We've had a change up front. We've had Hodgson go back past Skywalker. So Nick's back in the lead. We missed that somewhere while we were further down. But Ryan Skywalker certainly isn't giving up, and he's driving back.
Same with Ross Bartle. He's managed to bring that deficit, I think it was a 1.5 second deficit, back down to 0.6. Yep. And in the back, I see Brent Lindsay Ray falling back on the timing tower. He must have had a bit of a moment. And Wimpy de Beer in 18th position. He is very much on the back of Sean Bingham there, bombing it down the hanger straight. Might be able to pull a move at the chicane if he can get close enough after a Stowe.
I don't think he's close enough.
Stowe is I found it to be a bit of a unforgiving corner. You can lose a lot of time there, and if the driver behind can set himself up nicely, there's a lot of time to gain.
True.
That
YouTube's
said,
lighting up, a whole lot of people shouting.
I am seeing De Beer right on the back of Bingham now as they exited the chicane, but as I say that, it seems to the gap just seems to be growing and shrinking. They're concertinaing a bit there.
I've jumped back to Ryan Skywalker. Excuse me. His line and attack onto the hanger straight is so much quicker than the BMWs. And we've got Lesher. Oh, there's something going on. Bartle's dropping
is
back
pulling
here.
off.
What?
I saw him slowing down a lot. I'm not sure what happened.
He's dropped down to 9th now. He had just got onto hanger straight, and I saw Skywalker pulling away from him, and then he just dropped down. So again, I'm going to repeat, I don't know if he's maybe having connection issues or if he's got a pedal problem or a wheel problem.
It's feeling as if he's having shifting problems. He might be struggling to shift up, and that's losing him time.
Wow, looking just behind him at Ferrand Charles Klopstra.
Yes. Big train of cars there. I'm catching the cars driving right over the camera there. Awesome shots
that
there.
is a good camera view, that one. As they come hard into the hairpin, but everyone behaving, under braking, it's all good. Go back up to Ryan Skywalker, and he's still looking at the back of that BMW, but he is closer.
And he's up on his Delta, so it's he's putting in some pace here. That might be the tires I was speaking of in the BMW. We're about halfway into the race right now, almost. So it could very well be that Nick is starting to have to work harder to put in consistent laps.
Ryan's definitely got this alpha wired. It can generate so much more traction out of the corners. If you're watching going onto the hanger straight, which they're going to get to just now, he gets such a good drive. He's all over the back of Nick through that right-hander. I think Nick and the other BMW drivers just have to handle the way the rear-wheel drive BM handles differently.
Yeah, it is the only rear-wheel drive car here, so its handling characteristics are slightly different, but I'm just seeing Ryan really putting down the good pace there. Yeah,
he's quick. Right, the leeches. James has just gone past Renier. Renier's going slow, and Brett Crocump is up the inside of him down the hanger straight. These four all up behind Kieran Patterson for PWSR, and Brett Crocump throws it up the inside of Renier and makes it stick.
Somehow. That's one thing about Stowe is there's quite a few options for attacking there. You can either if the other driver is driving defensively, go out wide and force them to try and take the corner slower. You can even go for the cutback if they're maybe out braking themselves a bit. There's multiple options you can use to approach that corner as an attacker. Renier Leach. He is still on the back of Crocump there, though.
Yeah. Okay, so Ryan holding station, 2/10 behind Nick. Lesher up into 3rd place in his BMW.
In 13th, Matthew Boy is right on the back of Stefan Herbst. And I think Waldus Wickers must have had a bit of a moment somewhere. I quickly looked at the towers and it looked like there's a 3. Oh no, it's Klopstra. And that's what the train is. So Stefan Herbst having to pull out all the tricks to keep Matthew at bay there.
Yep. Hodgson 106.4. Skywalker 106.3, Lesher 106.8.
Nick
So
is
the
definitely, he's not letting up though. He is working hard there to keep him
He's
behind.
driving hard. I have to agree. Nick was a little fearful of the Ford. He thought possibly it might have much higher top speed on the straight, but here in good 7 seconds back, the first of the quick Fords. Charles Wilkin, however, has managed to drop Kieran and is in a big gap in between Lesher and Patterson for fourth place. James Leach all on his own now with Brett Crocomp behind him. So Renier's dropped behind Brett. And Ross is still with us, hanging on in 9th place as we see Kruger having a position change down in 19th.
I'm wondering if Ross is now starting to think about the next race. Maybe hold off a bit. You can't do that on every single race, but you do have a few drop rounds to play with,
Yep.
so it might be a smart option to rather try and get up further onto the grid and have a good race in the second heat.
Walker on the YouTube shouting for Odin because Luke is in 10th place at the moment.
Oh yes, it's Mr. Wesley Farrat.
And he's a good 2.2 seconds up the road from Ronald Childs. So we'll see if he holds station here, or if he's also going to go further up the grid.
He's making that Audi work hard, eh?
Oh, Stefan Herbst. I heard it more than saw it, and now I'm on watching him.
Ooh,
and he's
yes.
chasing Ronald Childs next to each other, and he got a good drive out of that final corner. That pass is done before they even get to the braking point. It was a great corner by Stefan Herbst.
Don't discount Robert Klopstra. He's also there trying to capitalize on this battle unfolding in front of him. I mean, oftentimes it's a mental game when you start losing positions. You risk making more mistakes and then having multiple people pass you instead of just the one.
100%.
I see some position changes down at the bottom. Brent Lindsay Ray and Blake Kruger having a bit of a dice there. They're right next to one another there.
What's going on with Wimpy as well? Yeah, Wimpy on the back of Kotze. I'm just up and down while you watching on the live stream just to see what else is going. Danny Stander on the YouTube shouting hard, shouting for Renier. James Leach in 6th place is driving like a man possessed and has closed up to the back of Kieran Patterson.
Peter Geldenhuis just makes a successful move on Blake Kruger.
Okay.
Oaks are driving hard all around on this field tonight.
But I tell you what, Sass, how clean has this race been?
I'm not surprised. Like I said, Silverstone is a nice and wide track, so there's more than enough space for everybody. And as long as you're mindful of the bottlenecks, you should be fine. And I do see Nick Hodgson driving very defensively going into Village. And it might mean that Skywalker now has the position. Will he be? Yeah, he's in front coming onto the hangar straight, but they're still neck and neck. But he does pull away from Nick there.
Yeah, Nick's with him. Now Nick's diving up the inside, and they're now side by side as they go up the hangar straight.
Ooh, this
Nick's
is not going to be done before Stowe. This is side by side into Stowe, trying to not lose it.
Look at Ryan's braking point is so much later, and he hangs on to that outside line. He's now got the inside as they come down to Vale. All right, Club Corner, he runs a little bit deep, but he's now defensive. Nick has backed off, and he's going to look at another line to attack.
I think he's aiming for the drive so that he can take the main straight.
No, he's not. He is. He's up the inside on the main straight. Skywalker just, yep, as I thought, will close the door, take that racing line.
No, Skywalker wasn't falling for the look on the inside there. Just held his racing line.
And while this is happening, Lesher's caught up to the three of them.
So this is going to spice up into a really nice battle. We have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left of this race.
Yeah. So Devon's also eyeing some good positions here.
2 BMWs. Can they take on this Alpha? It does mean that Nick is now going to be more under pressure because of Devon right behind him.
Yeah. And they're not being in the same team, so there's no racing orders here.
Yes.
His teammate is nowhere to be seen. Ross Bartle at the moment down in 8th, who should have been up here. So we'll see in race 2 what happens with these guys in the drive through the field from reverse grid on 10th.
Yeah, so currently we have Wesley Ferrand in the coveted 10th position, so that means he goes to pole for the next race.
So he's going to be giving, and here comes Nick. Oh, Wesley's looking under braking. He made one move. It was very good driving. They give each other plenty room. Devon, oh no, there's a little bit of a bumpity bump, but all good. Devon goes around the outside. He's drifting a little bit. Nick has fallen in behind him onto the hanger straight, and so Nick goes down to 3rd. A little bit of a rubby going on there, but nothing much, nothing that I think will upset Nick. But Skywalker's off and running with 2.5 minutes to go.
I think it's definitely going to be a bit frustrating. I'm not completely sure what the line through there looks like, because it looked like Nick was trying to turn in so that he can get wider for the hanger straight. And he wasn't quite aware that Ryan Skywalker was there right next to him.
Yeah, agreed. And Jason's also saying he thinks the BM's tires are going off.
Oh yes,
they're at the end of their stint now, and Skywalker is mega. As he goes onto the straight, his speed through that corner is super good.
Yeah, so as they go over the finish line there was 2 minutes left, so I think this is the penultimate lap. Next time they cross the finish line, it's very likely going to be the last lap of the race.
Devon got great drive out of that sharp right-hander. He's driven away from Nick. I think Nick has hurt his tires trying to hold on to the lead. But then again, as I say that, Devon drifts a little bit onto the hanger straight, and Nick is there again.
I'm sure that the track temperature is helping cool these tires down enough so that they can just keep pushing.
Everyone else through the grid except Bartle, they're all more or less a second and a half apart. Ross looking at the back of his teammate Crocombe.
Matthew Boy,
yes.
Matthew Boy in 15th position is right on the back of Robert Klopstra.
He is.
Going into Stowe now, almost diving into the inside line there.
Back up to the front. Devon's going around the outside of Skywalker. This position change has happened. No, Skywalker's roasted up the inside.
Ooh, there's a lot still to happen.
There's a lot happening. There is a lot going on
and
here.
Nick is right there on the back of them. Should they touch and spin, Nick will be there to capitalize.
Right.
Ryan taking the inside line there, and I think Devon will have the pass made. Not sure about Nick.
Look how late his braking is. He brakes from so much further later than the BMWs, and he breaks himself into the lead.
He's definitely he knows how to drive this car around this track. And
Kieran.
this is last lap, so as they finish, we have Ryan Skywalker in first position, Devon Leisure in second, and Nick Hodgson in third.
So Kieran had a collection coming together, and he's dropped from 4th down to 9th, 10th, and Herbst goes over the line for 10th place. So Stefan Herbst is going to be on pole.
That is definitely going to be a good race for him.
Ryan Skywalker disconnected off the server for some other reason.
Maybe he's got an issue. Hopefully he can get back without issue. We have had cases where people disconnect and then it messes up the grid when they get back.
That was an awesome first stint. Really, very clean racing.
That was very fun. Very good. We'll go for a quick ad break and then we'll be back. Okay, and we're back. We're still waiting for the server to take over to the next session. Should be happening very soon.
Yep. So right in the dying moments, there was a couple of issues that happened back there. I think there might be one or two lodged incidents coming in.
Yeah. That said, I'm quite happy with how this race turned out. Nice and clean. Didn't really see a lot happening in the background, so kudos to everybody for keeping it as clean as they can.
Okay. So we're going to have a reverse grid as they get onto the grid now. Hopefully Ross Bartle and everybody has got rid of all their problems. So Skywalker's disconnected, and in disconnecting, he's gone. So I think he has had a technical failure of sorts. He's not here with us. I don't know what to say to you. So
maybe he forgot about the second race. It was a very intense race. Or maybe his power just went out. Anything could have been the case.
Yeah, you don't know. Right, so 1 minute to go. We have a look from the timing tower, and Stefan Herbst in pole in the black and white Toyota. Next to him is Wesley Farrant in his Audi. Behind him it's James Leach. Behind him Rainier Leach in the green car. Then Ross Bartle, the first of the Grumpy Monkey cars on the right. On the inside lane is Brett Crocump. On the 7th position outside is Charles Wilkin. 8th, there's Nick in his BMW. 9th is Ronald Childs. And Devon Lesher in the eBay BMW, with Kieran down in 11th place in the yellow Ford.
Ooh, I see two cars within one another. Ryan Skywalker is somehow on the front of the grid, and it's all lights are on.
Yeah, it's sorting itself out. Ryan has...
They drop the clutch and away they go. Ooh, Ross Bartle getting an extremely good drive there out of from the start. That brings him right up into second.
I think he, yes, sorry, I think...
Ryan Skywalker is in the pits, so I'm assuming he's starting there from the pits. And I just caught one of the Leach, I think it was Rainier Leach, having a bit of a moment there going off.
Oh, this is a lot more argy-bargy with everyone on the reverse grids. Looking back at Nick Hodgson, Wesley Farrant in 4th as they're coming 3 abreast down the straight. Leach on the outside, Farrant in the middle, and Nick on the inside.
Still early in the race, gents.
This is... wow. They went round the Vale 2 abreast.
This is proper close racing right now. But how will this end coming out of the chicane? Looks like Nick manages to squeak by, and Devon Lesher is right on his heels trying to get past Wesley.
Definitely. So, Stefan Herbst takes first lap and is driving away. Ross Bartle in second place. Oh, there's a little bit of a issue with Lesher's BMW, and Kieran in his Ford up the inside through the shop right-hander, and Kieran's gone past Devon. Well, not yet. They're still next to each other.
Not yet. Hanger Straight is still the one to come up. I'm wondering. Oh no. Ew, that was a very slight tap there. But Devon manages to keep hold of it, and it's looking like Kieran Patterson makes the overtake stick going through Stowe. Well done to him. Devon running
was
a bit
just
wide.
moving around a little bit on the straight there, because Kieran was dead straight in his car. So, you know, if the car's next to you, you can't drive into it. Anyway, Kieran up to 6th. Brent Lindsay Ray up into 7th. What actually just happened? Devon Lesher has dropped 3 or 4 positions there. He's now down in 9th, and Crocump has just gone past him.
He's probably had some issue with his tires. I might have been pushing them too hard there.
Oh, I don't know.
Does throw it back down on the inside there of Village.
It does. Okay, what's going on with Bartle? Bartle is closing in on Stefan Herbst, the gap down to 8/10. Nick Hodgson in fourth, looking at the back of James Leach, and his gap is 6/10. So Bartle and Nick Hodgson both getting away from the lowly positions on the top 10 reverse grid and are already up after 2 laps into the top 5.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. James Leach is going to be sweating bullets very soon. Nick is already less than a second behind him, and he'll be planning to make that move very soon.
Definitely.
Ryan Skywalker down in 19th position. He did manage to get going, so I think he had a start from pits there.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. If you disconnect, you're going to lose your position on the grid, and you're going to have to come out the pit lane. So that disconnect had to have been either an internet glitch or he had a technical failure on his rig somewhere. But he should be driving back up through the grid, and he's not. He's kind of struggling. He's right behind Charles Wilkin. Charles Wilkin actually also down in 18th place. So these guys are seriously out of their regular positions down here.
And I also think them battling is not going to help their case.
Pedersen and Ferran change position. Kieran goes past Wesley up into 5th place.
Mr. Ross Bartle, he is right on the heels of Stefan Herbst there.
Oh yes. Over the start-finish line now.
Has a quick look there, maybe trying to fake him out.
Oh, look at his drive through Abbey.
Oh.
He goes through Abbey and Farm so much quicker. The BM is set up for that corner. Hard on the brakes now as they come through Village.
Keeping it nice and clean. He is, of course, driving for the Point Blank Heel and Toe team. I think that's his next teammate.
Ross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ross is definitely, he's getting ready to pounce on Stefan there. Applying all the pressure.
Oh, he got a good drive. Oh, he got a good drive there.
He is on the outside for the chicane though. Maybe he can maneuver there and get on the inside for the second.
100%.
Yes.
Great braking.
Clean racing there. Well done to both of them for keeping it so nice and clean.
Definitely. That was a well worked out move by Ross all the way around the outside, which positioned him on the apex for the next right-hander.
Oh, 4th position turns in. Oh, Nick is very close to James Leach now. Pushing really, really hard to get past there and try and catch up.
Yeah. Nick is all over the back of this. If he gets a draft, this is going to be done. He's going to throw it up the inside. Alpha's got good top speed, but Nick is hanging in. Going to be in braking, and he's not going. He's going to follow him around as they go through Stowe. And Nick gets good drive now. And now goes down the inside.
Can he make it stick?
Oh, James does well to hold on there. Nick does
Nick goes wide.
Yeah.
But I think that is with purpose. He's trying to get a good drive, unless he maybe slightly lost the rear there.
Possibly.
I think that was rather the case this time round.
Swiggers and Lesher, so Devon slowly coming back up from his drop from 9th. He's just gone past Waldo Swiggers to 8th. Lindsay Ray and Ferrant 7th and 6th. The 2 Odin racing cars running nose to tail now. Skywalker now in 17th. He has passed Charles Wilkin. He's up and looking at the back of Ronald Childs.
Slowly working his way up there.
Yeah.
Although we have 12 minutes left on the clock, so he's gonna have to start hustling if he wants a good finish for this race.
Master Loser 15 on the YouTube channel. Is this the race we just saw? No, so this is heat number 2. It was a reverse grid of the top 10 2 races of 20 minutes, and we've got 12 minutes left of this race, and then it's done for the evening.
Yes.
And if you are interested in this kind of class racing or want to perhaps try it, go to our website www.simracesa.co.za and sign up. Come join us on the SimRace Discord channel and come and get involved. It is huge fun.
Yes, I just had the website up there on the stream.
Is.
Okay, Rainier Leach is right on the back of Charles Wilkin in 19th position.
Okay.
I saw him running a bit wide going into Village at the start of the race, so not quite sure what happened there. Maybe a bit of argy-bargy. So he's looking at trying to work his way back up as well.
It must have also been the case with Charles Wilkin, because he's very out of sorts down here in 18th place.
Oh yes, that's most likely what happened.
Oh, he runs very wide there. Rainier goes up the inside. They're next to each other, coming down Vale.
Need to be very careful running so wide on Stowe. I've heard people saying that you can register a cut there and get some warnings added, possibly even a drive-through if you get enough track cuts. So, up in 7th position, Brent Lindsay-Ray is right on the back of Wesley Ferrant, with Devon Leisure right behind him as well.
Oh. Yeah, this is a 8th, 7th and 6th place. Devon busy with his drive back after having some issues with the overtake earlier that Kieran went past him. He ran wide here at the end of Hanger Straight, and a whole bunch of people, he must have had a spin, or he ran wide onto the grass or the sand, because he dropped 4 positions there.
Leisure is really working hard there, just not managing to capitalize on that small gap ahead.
Up at the front, no change. Bartle now 3 seconds up the road as he starts his 10th lap. I'm sorry, his 9th lap. 10th lap now. Stefan Herbst is just... What's going on there?
Yeah, for a moment my timing system jumped ahead and I was wondering what happened. Did Bartle spin? No, but Bartle is comfortably driving up ahead, doing some good laps. And Nick is the one that needs to work hard to get past Stefan Herbst now. But he's got a almost 2-second deficit to make up.
Master Loser 15 on YouTube saying he's from Europe. Yep, there's not a problem. Jason Holden Jones, he races now and then from Germany, and there's no latency issues whatsoever actually. So you would be able to
I just caught the back end of Devon there sliding about. I think he almost made the pass there on Brent Lindsay-Ray and then fell back again.
Okay.
Let me quickly grab that replay.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Waldo Swiggers is on the back of Devon, so this is now a 4-way race for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And Brett is there, so there's 5 cars. So Wesley Ferrant is holding this train of cars up by the looks of things. But Skywalker's had a moment and he's just lost about 5 positions. He's gone back down to 19th.
Working hard to get in front and then just to lose it again. That's very frustrating. Seeing down in 14th position, Robert Klopstra seems to be very close to Wimpy de Beer. Although they are concertinaing slightly, he is trying to do some work there and get the pass done. I was going to comment, Wesley was the pole sitter for this race, and it's a weird feeling sitting on pole and then having to figure out how to defend that. I remember you had a race there last season, Alan, where you had to work really hard.
Yeah, it's not fun, I'll tell you what, especially when you don't deserve to be there. I mean, I got there on the reverse grid thing.
Yeah.
I managed to get a jump on Brent, and he kind of held a lot of the cars up. And then with about 4, 5, 6 minutes to go, Nick got past and he chased me down the best part of cheapest. It must have been about 20-second gap. And he was all over the back of me. And as he got closer and closer, I made more and more mistakes. It was the worst drive of my life, but I did manage to win that one.
Yeah, no, that was a good fun race to watch.
Sure.
I'm gonna jump to
Devin.
8th. Yes. Devin
Wow.
is he's sliding around here and there. So in the replay, I saw him actually in front of Brent Lindsay Ray, but he then drifted through Stowe, which lost him quite a bit of time and allowed Brent to get past.
Oh,
Ooh, that's some late braking.
Yeah, he's made it stick, so he's gone past Brent now.
But Wesley is not going to relent. He has proven that he can defend for all his worth, or just capitalize on the fact that everybody is battling behind him.
And look at Herbst. Nicholas Hodgson, with 6 minutes to go, he is now in the boot of Stefan Herbst's Toyota. So Nick looking to make this a 1-2 for point blank racing. We come through the link and onto the straight. Nick got a good drive there, and he's right in the toe now. Oh, there's been a mix. There's been a problem. Lindsay Ray's facing the wrong way. Brent Lindsay Ray's just lost 10 positions.
Devin Leisure also lost one or... No, he went up a position.
No, he's down in 12th now.
Oh, yes.
So, no, he had it coming together with Brent Lindsay Ray, and they've now... That's the end of their race, really.
Nick is right on the back of Stefan Herbst. We have 5.5 minutes left of this race.
Yeah, it's all still to happen up there for second place. 106.8, 106.8.
Oh, they're running so closely. Seeing Nicholas Kent. Morning. I'm not sure which part of the world you're in. It's not quite morning here in South Africa. But hello, welcome.
Hi, Nicholas. Yeah, it's a little...
Ooh, Nick Hodgson really has a good drive there behind Stefan Herbst now.
He does.
He must be making the move right now, late braking into that corner. Oh, it doesn't quite brake as late.
Wow. Stefan Herbst is doing really well to defend. He runs a little bit deep there, but Nick has slowed down and the gap's gone back to normal. I'm
sure Stefan is sweating bullets though. That's hard work keeping somebody behind you there.
Especially these guys. You know, when they come at you and keep on relentlessly coming, it wears you down, man. Lesher coming back up again, going past Kortzer from 11th to 10th.
Unfortunately, 10th is not the coveted position for this race.
No. Nick throwing it down the inside, but he brakes harder. Herbst closes the door again, and they live for another lap, go through the link and onto the straight.
So just to answer Master Loser in chat, he's asking, do we race for fun or race for prizes? We race for bragging rights. At SimRace South Africa, we only require a 150 Rand donation to our charity of choice. You'll see the Grace Factory is this season's charity of choice. So if you're looking to race for fun, this is the place to be, in my opinion. Yo, Nick is really working hard, but Stefan Herbst he's doing well. It's allowed Ross a lot of daylight between them.
Yeah, it has. But I'm super impressed with Stefan Herbst, and his defensive driving is great.
Oh, that's the Toyota. He's not sure what happened there. Oh, Stefan was going for the not the undercut, the cutback.
Yeah.
Keep mixing up those two terms.
Now, Nick, look, he went in very deep and slid through that corner, which allowed Stefan Herbst to then come back, undercut, and go past again. So 2.5 minutes to go, and this is the closest race on the track. Brokamp and Swiggers swap positions.
Swiggers actually falling back quite a bit. I think he's had a bit of a moment.
Oh, he's against the wall here. He's some colorful blue language probably going around inside that car
That's
right now. So
very likely the case.
right, 2
jumps.
minutes to go. Ross on to lap 17.
That was a 1.6 dead, or no, 1.66 I think.
Okay.
Lap time. I just missed it. But he's doing well. Gap behind is 6.8 seconds, but Nick Hodgson is really applying the pressure, but he's still sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's costing him precious lap time here.
Behind him, I've just caught the end of Kieran Patterson going past James Leach. So Kieran back up into 4th place. And this is where they were in Heat 1 when James late braked himself at the end of Hanger Straight and tipped Kieran into what's that corner?
I didn't see the incident, so I'm not sure which
one
corner.
here at the end of Hanger Straight.
Oh, Stowe.
Yeah, Stowe. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that'll be up for review. Well, depending on if the incident report. Oh, Lesher.
8th place, all over the back of Wesley Ferrand for Odin Racing. Again, another drive back. Lesher going up and down the grid.
Wesley has done well for this entire race, keeping everybody at bay.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a rough start, but he's managed to make that 7th position stick for him now. Ooh, Lesher really following closely there.
Close. Oh, there's actually a little bump. Lesher's pushing Wesley Ferrand down the main straight.
Maybe a bit of a bump draft to try and put some daylight between himself and Kotze behind. Big lock up there from Wesley on the rear wheel, but shouldn't be the end of the world.
Devon gets a good drive, and he's up the inside of Wesley on the straight.
This might be it. This is likely going to be it. That Audi is working hard though.
Audi's got good top speed. Devon has to fall back in behind him.
And we're on the final lap.
Wesley Ferrand going defensive up the inside through club, closes the door and comes out the other side, still ahead of Devon with a lap to go.
So that's just 1 lap to go.
I think it's finished actually.
Oh, we missed the finish.
Yeah,
I was wondering why
done.
the timing system. Okay, so that is the race. Sure, that was some close racing there at the end between Wesley and Devon.
Yeah. Ross Bartle, Stefan Herbst, Nicholas Hodgson, Kieran Patterson. That's how I got the top 4. James Leach 5.
Yes. Well, what a race was that?
That was awesome fun, man.
Loads of fun.
Let's go and see. You can put our stream onto the countdown if you want, and I'll go and find some people we can chat to.
Okay.
So we're looking for Ross Bartle and
Ryan Skywalker.
Was it? It was Ryan. Huh? Yep. And here they are. Ryan Skywalker.
How's it?
How was your race, good sir?
Well,
Ryan, you muted.
Oh, wait, but
Ryan.
am I
Yeah,
out it now?
I can hear him now. Yeah.
What?
Maybe you should just rejoin. And anyways, I'll continue for a moment there. Ryan, how was your first race there, and what happened at the end?
Man, that was such a yin-yang race. You have no idea. The first one, for a moment in the first lap, I thought, wow, have I maybe got qualifying fuel in, because this car feels so quick. And then I make that mistake and they catch me, and wow, we were wheel to wheel for like, I lost count. But it was amazing. Heads up to Nick for that close racing. That was insane.
Nick was definitely putting some pressure in there. What happened with you disconnecting? It meant they ended up starting from pits there.
I don't know. My internet just disconnected, and I was like, "Oh man!" And then somebody kept trying to phone me to tell me you're disconnected. But the more they phone me, the less I can get on. So yeah, it was. And then the second race I just couldn't get back up. But it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, that's racing for you though. Sometimes these things happen and you have to deal with it. Well done on that first win though. It was really
Thanks, man.
it was a great pleasure watching you.
Yeah, well done,
Thank-
Ryan. Great drive.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Mr. Bartle, are you there, sir?
Hi guys, yeah.
Hey, Ross, how you, man?
All right.
Are you awake, or did you doze off there in race number 2?
Nearly did, yes, yeah. Yeah, it was quite an interesting race, more off track than on track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some internet issues before qualifying, which delayed.
Yes, I
start
saw
of my
that. I saw
qualifying.
you disconnect. That's right.
Yeah, and then obviously mentally that doesn't exactly bode
No,
well. So
no.
messed the qualifying runs up, and then got a third when should have been a pole most likely. And then I disconnected chasing Ryan
That's it.
in the race.
Yes.
Pulled to the side, hoping I didn't collect anyone, and then it just came back. And I was in back in ninth. So
I told you, Sess, it was an internet connection.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So,
We were hedging bets if it was internet or hardware related. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you managed an astonishing second race there. Had a great start, and I think you almost led the entire race.
yeah, it was a good one, and also got the pressures right for the second one. There was also a mess up in the first race. So yeah,
Ah, well, that is racing.
yeah.
Awesome. Well done, Russ, for another one. And
Thanks, guys.
great driving from both you and Ryan. Ryan, thanks also for coming in and having a chat, man.
Cool, man. Thanks for having me.
Good. Thanks, gentlemen.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Right, Sass. So there we go. Monday night done and dusted. It was good racing, all in all. Pretty clean.
Yeah.
One or
Well-
two little issues, but I think in general it was very good.
We'll definitely have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But hopefully the majority of the field felt that this was nice and clean, fair racing. And just to plug it again, if you feel like joining in on the action, you can go and sign up on simracesa.co.za. We host races every week. Wednesday night will be Division 2 of the simTC races, as well as Division 3, I think.
Yep.
And next week we can chat next week it's the GP races. So there's various series to look forward to. You can go and have a look on the website, have a look on the Discord, what we offer. Can highly recommend it.
Definitely, as Sass says, next week we'll be back again with you, covering the F3 series, the single seaters. There's a lot of each series has a big following, as we've seen in the various channels. So I think HLQ starting on Thursday morning for F3, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's it for us for tonight. And I'm going to say from me, thanks very much for joining us on the YouTube channel, and I'm going to say good night, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, good night everybody, and thanks for joining us. Have an awesome evening.
Cheers.